Hey everybody, welcome back into another Husker Women's Wednesday powered by Emeritus. I'm Jessica Coody, and Husker Soccer kicks off the season with exhibition games this week. So we have coming up on Tuesday and Friday. They'll be at home on Friday. So we're going to preview the season today here on today's episode with the senior, Reagan Robbie out of Omaha. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Can you believe you're a senior?
I can't. I thought I was going to be 2 years ago, and then now I am today, so I'm just glad to be here.
How has the summer gone for you guys? Because what's different, and maybe you could explain this for listeners and fans, where maybe basketball teams, for example, they can work out all throughout, but you guys just started and then you start playing games. So it's really important what you do throughout the summer, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, so luckily we had almost our whole team was back starting like June 1st, but we weren't allowed to be with any of the coaches, soccer-specific coaches. So we'd been with strength coaches and just as a team training together, trying to do as much as we could without the coaches. But, so that summer work super important because then Monday was our first day back as a team, back with the staff, and then first game Tuesday. So just like 6 practices, I think, is all practice days we get before. So
wow. Mm-hmm. So then what goes into that being that it's player-led? How do you guys execute, go kind of do the things, especially for you, you've been around, you've done it, you know what needs to be done to be ready for a season. What are the things that you guys try to accomplish during this time?
We have a really great culture as a team, tight-knit, really supportive of one another. And so one person is like, hey, I'm staying. Okay, I'm going to stay. And so we have a really great team, great culture that everybody wants to be here, wants to get better. It's a lot more fun putting in the work together rather than at home alone. So we just have a great vibe as a team to be together.
What's the conditioning process like? Because I've always been told with soccer, if you're not conditioned come August, you're probably not going to get there, right? Mm-hmm. So how do you guys go about that, about making sure that you're in soccer shape right away?
Mm-hmm. Our strength coach, he really does a great job, Hayden. He does a great job planning for us, running days, lifting days. We did a lot of running this summer, it was really hard, but I feel like we're in a great place. We look great during camp so far. And so he really sets that schedule up and keeps us on track.
So this is a team where there's a lot of familiar names, but there's a lot of new faces. So kind of tell us about the makeup of the team and what maybe Husker fans can expect out of this group.
We have a good chunk of returners, people like Lolo in the back. She's a great center back. But we'll have possibly new people in the back line. We graduated Jordan Zaid, and so everyone who's been to a soccer game knows she was awesome to watch. So it'll be really exciting to see new faces fill those roles, and some of even our returners who have maybe had less minutes, see them step up into bigger roles, have a bigger impact on the game, for sure.
The last couple of seasons, there's been, it was Eleanor Dale, who was unbelievable, set all kinds of records. And then, Sarah Weber's been around and scored a lot for you guys. What does that look like for you guys when you start talking about maybe who might be finding the net often for the Huskers?
Sarah was a huge loss for us coming into this season. But in the spring, I think we really developed a lot of our attack. And we scored, I don't even know how many goals, more goals than we've ever scored in a spring season. Wow. And so I think that has us feeling good going into fall. And hopefully we just continue that and keep excelling in the attacking side.
How important is that to have maybe multiple players that you can call on to, score some goals?
I think that's the best case scenario. We have a lot of people who have been putting in the work over the last couple months. And so rather than just having one person that the other team is like, hey, mark them, instead we have 4 or 5 people that are going to be super threatening in the box. And so I think that makes it harder for teams to play against us.
You were part of the team that went on the magical run to the Elite Eight a couple years ago. I know you guys were disappointed, maybe didn't get quite back to where you wanted to last season. So, being that you've been a part of both, what did you take away from maybe the success from that season and then also maybe the disappointment from maybe not being where you wanted to be at the end of the season last year?
I think Nebraska is such an underdog kind of school sometimes, and I think coming in as underdog this season, I think people might underestimate us. A lot of freshmen, transfers, not as many returners as other schools. And so I think that puts us in a good position to surprise people. So I like that for us this year. playing maybe slightly different, having so many new people, and so I think that'll kind of keep us unpredictable as the season goes.
Did it fuel you a little bit though, like knowing coming off of last year, being what you experienced the year before? I mean, how much does it fire you up to want to get back to that this season?
Yes, totally. We've tasted a little bit of the victory, and so really want to get back to that, hungry to go. Last season for me, and so leave it all on the table for sure.
So the cool thing about Husker fans, and you know, this has been talked about, we've talked about a lot of on Sports Nightly, but the attendance for you guys is, again, one of the best in the country, like a lot of the women's sports. And you put together soccer and volleyball and basketball and volleyball, women's basketball, soccer, and softball. It's the #1 attendance for women's sports in the country. What does that mean to you to have that kind of support?
I think it's super exciting. I love to see volleyball, as they had volleyball day, what was that, 2 years ago now? Softball having crazy attendance this past season, and I think that really fuels us with a lot of like passion to perform for the fans. Nebraska is known for its amazing fan base for every sport, and so I love to see women's sports succeed and keep rising, and so I hope we continue to set the tone this year too.
For you guys, specifically out there at Hibner Stadium, how much does that help? You guys win some of those close ones when you have a crowd out there like that.
Yes, for sure. The home field advantage is great here. I don't think I've played at a school that's had a better fan base than we've had here. And so those hard overtime games, close games at the end, it's the fans that really pushes you through. When you hear the cheers, they keep you going for sure.
I love that. Okay, so let's get to know you a little bit more about your story. You are a senior, obviously, but from Nebraska, and there's a lot of players on this roster from Nebraska and have been over the last several years. So first of all, let's start with just Nebraska soccer in itself, and just how is it, what does it say about this state that you guys produce so many good players that end up coming here and being Huskers together?
Yeah, no, I think it's great. My freshman year, we had a lot of Nebraska natives in my class, and so it was a lot of fun. I got to play against those girls in high school and then play with them in college, and so I think it says a lot about Nebraska state soccer. Everything has been doing great to grow players. I think they come in with a lot of talent, but we really do a good job to develop them. And then once you get here, John is so great at developing talent even more, and you don't even realize it. And so it's really cool to see people from my same club. I came in with girls from my club, and so it's just really cool to see.
Did you grow up a Husker fan?
I did. Of course I did.
Did you go to Husker soccer games?
Yes, I went to everything, softball, soccer, football, you name it, I was there, yeah.
So then take me back to when you get that offer to be a Husker. What did that feel like?
Yeah, really cool moment. I have pictures as probably 2 years old in like a Husker cheerleading uniform. Me and all my sisters do. So to get that offer was really full circle. Dreamed about it, was a ball girl as a child, and so really cool to finally have that moment. But we're not done. Still got to win some big games, but yeah.
How special has it been for you then to be able to spend your college career wearing a Husker uniform?
Yeah, it's been incredible. A dream come true, to be honest. And being from Nebraska, too, to see the little girls where I know that was me at one point, and it's very encouraging, and it's very exciting to see those little girls might become me in the next 10 years, so it's very cool.
Who was your favorite Husker growing up?
In the most recent years, probably J.C. Johnson. She was, they were Big Ten champs. She was an All-American. I got the chance, she was a coach here for a little bit during COVID, and so that was like, I was starstruck a little bit when she was here, but she's a crazy attacker, and I love to kind of form my game after hers.
Was it always soccer for you?
Yes and no. I did play basketball and softball, but I just grew to love soccer the most out of all of them. I had a lot of energy to burn, and so softball, I didn't like to stand there. I didn't like to bat. I just wanted to run, and so soccer really fit me well there, and it's worked out so far.
Did you have other athletes outside of soccer, Husker players that you loved, that you looked up to?
Yes, actually, I had a family friend who came here for softball. Her name was Heidi Foland, and when she was a softball player here, I was also still playing softball, and so that was one of the coolest things to come watch her play and get to take a picture with her after the game because I knew her. But yeah, totally.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so I was looking at your Instagram. You recently ran a half marathon.
I did.
In fact, on the post it said you're first and last. You're
yes.
done?
Yes, one and done.
Okay, so but take me into the decision why you wanted to even attempt that in the first place.
So I tore my ACL about a year ago now, and for people that don't know, getting back in shape after surgery is really hard. And so for me, it was kind of another goal to set rather than just trying to run on the treadmill. I kind of gave myself the half marathon, like that's how fit you need to get. And I think I'm probably the most fit I've been in my life after running that. But just something kind of fun and different and push myself in a new way. New challenges I feel like are good, and I definitely grew through it.
What are some of the things that you learned going through that process?
Honestly, that it takes time. The first time I went out to run, I was like, let's just see how far I can get, and I could not get that far. And so knowing that it takes time and failing once is okay, and you just keep working at it, keep building, and it's going to come eventually, and it did in the end.
How did it feel then when you crossed the finish line?
It was great, but I wanted to collapse. But it was nice to know I did it, and kind of one of those bucket list things, get to cross it off, say I did it. And
Never again, though?
Never again.
Yeah. Don't want to do it again?
No, some people say you never know when you get older, you might want to do it, but we'll see. I'm not too sure on that.
You know, the process of going through the ACL, I tore both of mine, it is brutal, you know, and I know just with the athletes that you talk to here, it can be a lonely process. What did you learn from that? How did you get through it? What were some of the things you took away from the process?
Yeah, I agree. It's one of the most lonely processes I feel like there is in college athletics. Lifting apart from the team, running apart from the team, all of those things, maybe not traveling. Like I said earlier, our team has a great culture, and so even though I wasn't playing all last fall, I really felt like I was still a part of the team, and girls like Sarah, who we talked about earlier, just really great at reaching out and keeping you included, keeping you close, feeling like you might not be on the field, but you can still have a huge impact on the sideline, in the locker room, stuff like that.
So how do you feel then? You feel 100% ready to go?
I do. I feel like $1 million, like I'm just ready for anything.
Did it also, I know you had some injuries in high school too, right? But
Yes.
did this one in particular maybe give you a different kind of appreciation going into your senior year?
Yes, for sure. It was 2 back-to-back ACLs, and so it was obviously super emotional of a time and really challenging trying to figure out, man, what do I do now? But I just feel like I've been extremely blessed, and as hard as it was, as terrible as it was, I wouldn't trade it for the world. I think I grew as a leader, learning how to communicate better, how to hold myself, just how to take care of the people around me while I'm still going through it. And I feel like I've been able to help girls on our team who are injured now and relate, keep them close, stuff like that, yeah.
Was there a time that you thought, I don't want to do this again?
For sure. Right right when it happened, I was like, man, I don't know. But I'm a super faithful person, and so it got to the point, God has a plan, and I told myself, if you can get through this one more year, let's just see where it takes you. And luckily enough, I get to be back on the pitch this fall.
Oh, I love that. What a great story, though. Also on your bio on the roster on Huskers.com, you had talked about a quote about Coach, when you were recruited, he really stuck by you when you had an injury. Can you tell us that story and why that was so meaningful for you?
Yeah, when I first got injured, I was about to go into my sophomore year, and it was a big recruiting time, a lot of girls committing in that time, and so for me to get hurt, a lot of schools kind of backed off, and they're saying, oh, we'll just wait until you get back. That's a whole year later. You never know. Do they have the money? Do they have the spot for you? Stuff like that. But John really stuck by, and he was like, I don't even need an answer if you want to come here right now, but like we want to support you and talk to you, help you go through it. And that, like, I think that just spoke volumes to who he is as a person, who the coaching staff is, just what Nebraska is to the people they care about.
That's cool. You know, being that you grew up watching this program, John's been here forever. You know, he
Yes.
basically started this program and built it into what it is. What was it like playing for him? Was it different, I guess, maybe going from being a fan to a player? How was that adjustment? And was it different than what you expected?
Yes, he can be a little bit quieter. So I was a little intimidated by him at first as a fan. I didn't really know what he was like. He's kind of hard to read. But being here, he loves the team so much, and he's a little bit of a jokester, which a lot of people don't get to see. But I think that's the fun side of him. He's a competitor, and he really develops you and cares about you. And so I just feel lucky that our coaching staff does care so much, because I don't think that's the same everywhere else.
One of the things I like to do on this podcast is just, there might be young girls listening. I mean, you talked about that earlier. You were that at one point. So if there is maybe a young athlete that watches this, or maybe a parent that maybe their athlete, they go through something like you went through, the adversity, what kind of advice would you pass along? What kind of words of wisdom would you like for them to know, being that you went through it?
I would say just be easy on yourself. It's really easy to think, man, you stink right now. Like, you're not good. My first practice back, my first time getting to pass a ball, I was terrible, and it's really hard. My running was ugly that first time, but just go easy on yourself. It's your first time doing it. It's your first time getting back into it. You're going to be just fine, and I think it's so easy to be hard on ourselves, but keep going, keep pushing, and it'll all work out.
Great advice, because we are toughest critics, right? Especially as athletes, you can kind of make it where you're just kind of beating yourself up, but it is important to give yourself grace, right?
Yes, totally.
Okay, so also you had the Pup of the Month, which is a fun sponsorship that goes on around here. Tell us about your pup.
Yes, his name is Poe. He is the love of my life. No, but he's the best. He's a lab pit bull mix, and he's a cute little gray color. If you're on the team, if you've ever met me, I'll probably talk about him. But he's the best. He's about 1.5 and just full of life and joy, and he keeps me on my toes for sure.
Why did you want to get a dog while you were playing sports, while you were a student athlete?
He kind of came at the perfect time. It was about a year ago that I got him, actually, in May, a year ago. And I was going through my rehab, stuff like that, and he just seemed like the perfect pick-me-up. And he kind of fell into my lap. He was free, and so how could I say no to a free dog? So I took him.
Why Poe? What's the name there?
A lot of people ask that. I don't have a great reason why. I don't know if you've seen Kung Fu Panda, but the main character's name is Poe, and so that's where it comes from. But yeah, just kind of a funny name.
I love it. Not branding names, Poe.
No.
When I take my dog to daycare, there's multiple Sunnies.
Yeah.
There's probably not many Poes.
No, only one Poe.
Oh, that's so cool. Okay, well, just what a fun conversation, but let's circle back and just talk about the season, right? Because it's here. So you've got 2 exhibition games. What needs to happen for this team in the first 2 exhibition games to get done what you need to get done before the season gets officially underway?
I think we'll see a lot of people get a lot of minutes, probably different positions, kind of trying to see where each person can fit in. I came in as a forward, and I've played midfield, low mid, high mid, winger, striker, everything. And so kind of figuring out where each person is going to be best suited, who we work well with, what are our strengths, what are our weaknesses. And so I think we'll see a whole lot of different stuff, but I think it'll be good.
So coming off the injury, going into your senior year, you're a leader for this team. What are some goals that you've set for yourself, and also personally, but also for the team?
Our biggest goal is we want to go as far as we can. We want to win anything and everything. And so each game, we kind of break the season up into those exhibition games, our non-conference games, and then our conference schedule, and then postseason. And so really trying to win each version of the season. And so these first 2 exhibitions, that's our focus right now. Win that first part of the season, and then we keep working, keep building, and just whatever comes at us, we're going to take it.
being that you've been a part of a team that has made a deep run, what are some, and every team is different, every season is different, but what are some of the key elements that needs to happen for a team to be able to accomplish some of those goals?
Actually, that season, our exhibition games, we didn't do so well, not as well as we would have hoped. And so I think our ability to bounce back from those and kind of have that same hunger, keep it going, even after a win, stay hungry, we want more, we want more. I think that's the mindset we need throughout the whole season, and that'll keep us going.
Hey, tell us about goalkeeper. That's one area we haven't really talked about as much.
Yes. So we have a new goalie that just came in. She's a freshman. And then we have a sophomore, a junior, and then a fifth year. And so we've got kind of all over the place experience. We have a new goalkeeper coach. I think he's been great for us so far in the spring. I've learned a lot from him, and I'm not even a goalie. But I think it'll be really exciting to see who gets all the minutes. I think it'll be a great battle, and so I think they'll keep pushing each other back there.
I know you got some young, really talented freshmen coming in that I know y'all are excited about. It's a balance of young and old. So what do you guys do as the older players kind of to help these freshmen and even sophomores that are stepping into bigger roles be ready for this moment?
I think just helping them prepare for every step of the way. It's a lot of information in the beginning. I remember being a freshman and feeling just overwhelmed, but kind of trying to take them under your wing, bring them in, help them on the side. Hey, try and do this instead, or this is what John's talking about, whatever it is. It's a slow process, and just letting them kind of build and learn at their own pace right now. And even if there is a mistake, really allowing them to learn from it and telling them keep their head up, you're going to be okay, it happens to all of us, those types of things.
I know you'll be a great leader. Okay, give Husker fans maybe a couple names that they can be really excited about, some of the new faces that they can be really excited about.
Yes, we've got a lot of new girls. We have Mila from California. She's an outside back. I think she's going to do great for us. Madigan, she's a midfielder. She's footsie. She'll keep everyone on their toes. She keeps me on my toes. Carson up top. We've got a whole lot of variety. We have a couple transfers, Joe and Elise. Both of them are new this year, and so I think they'll be great additions to the team this year.
Okay, and we hit on it a little bit, but it's important for you guys to have that support, protect the home field out there at Hibner Stadium. But give us a sell. Why should fans come out there and check you guys out and be in the stands, especially in the early goings here?
We're really going to give you a show every time. Nebraska Soccer is really special. We're competitive. We want to outwork. We want to outcompete everyone that comes here. And so it really won't disappoint you. I hear from some people that will come to our games, first ever college women's soccer game, and they're like, wow, that was physical. Wow, I didn't know it was like that. And so it's really a cool atmosphere. It's a lot of fun. You might see some good tackles that you might not expect, so it's a lot of fun.
Hey, do we have a pup at the pitch? What's it called? Because I took Sunny out there the last couple of years. Do we have that scheduled for this season?
Yes, we do, and I actually think we're partnering with the Humane Society, and so there may be, I'm not for sure, but there may be some adoptable dogs out there, a little promo with them, but yes, come, bring your dogs. It's a time.
There's always a fun promotion going on
Yes.
out there every single time. So we'll keep you posted on that on Sports Nightly. But check out the schedule, Huskers.com and Huskers.com/tickets if you want to be out there. And definitely got to circle Pup at the Pitch night. Is Poe will be out there?
He has to be there, right?
He's like the mascot, the spokes dog for Pup
At
the
this
Pitch.
point, he is.
Great stuff. Thank you so much for being here with us, previewing this season. Best of luck, and can't wait to see you guys out there for the first time coming up this week.
Yes, thank you. Thanks so much.
Again, the senior Reagan Robbie here with us on our Husker Women's Wednesday, powered by Emeritus. Emeritus is proud to power this podcast and all of Husker women's sports. Thanks for listening and watching. And as always, make sure you subscribe and like wherever you listen to never miss an episode right here on the Huskers Radio Network podcast.